They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. The beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me cause her blame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number.
Rick Rock, TikTok, West Hip Hop. Are you ready for some football? Ladies and gentlemen, yeah. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving mad and blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, mad in time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. Now get it. Come on. Go. Big Snoop Dogg. It's in the game.
Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Lo, time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money, we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she love to call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a boss is. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Lo, time to bring the bass bird.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen,
Are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
this be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement, people wanna know when Mace, Pops, and Dave went. Still
When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep it flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets, fool?
That's a close encounter of what kind?
Ready, set, steady, back.
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all, keep it flow.
Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
Ready, set, steady, back.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Blow your mind.
Why you do that like that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bag. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that. But a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money.
Well, Coach, the calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now. 15 line. 15 line.
All day, baby, all day.
Let's go.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
General West. 25. Check 25.
Now Leonard Fournette. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Take 4, take 4.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Smooth. Ready.
Off the play fake. Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 3. Mike 3.
So don't say nothing.
Mike 3. Mike 3.
Combo, combo, combo.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Shoot.
From the gun, Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Hey, get in the weight room. Mike 3. Mike 3.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
We got double up, double up.
Back to throw. Lawrence. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Breaks through the contact. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 44-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the 1st. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Second and 11 at the 36-yard line.
80 weapons.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And connecting here with DJ Shark. A Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just 1 throw.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo!
Hey, Alpha!
0-0, Mike 3. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Second and 4. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback, and he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
On the ready. 44, Mike. Get him! Get him! Get him! Kill!
Out of the gun, Brissett. And got his man complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
First down, Indianapolis.
Let's go! Let's go, dude!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Brissett. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 41-yard line. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Here we go.
Throwing, Brissett. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Campbell making the catch. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. On 4th down, they're going to try the jet sweep. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. This complete to Martin. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brissett finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 16. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
At the 12-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now Brissett. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Josh Allen in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. Now that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score.
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 41 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Looking for Kemp. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, 79 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. Back to throw. Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
He's checking. Crash.
Chef.
Check 13. Check 13.
You go tight. You got tight right there. Defense.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Get in the weight room. Mike 56. Watch twist. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with third and long. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. This is fielded at the 27. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Ready? 53, check 53. Here it comes, here it comes.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
This is Fournette. And some room to roam now. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Brissett now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Check, 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 check.
It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
I'm going to run you over.
3rd and short yardage. Brissett looking for Campbell downfield. It's caught at the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point good by Hopkins, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Watch twist.
You draw Porkers.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Buying time to... Now the ball comes loose. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a handoff looking right. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
On third down, Brissett. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Hey, exit. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Silver.
Ready, ready.
To throw on second down, Lawrence. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
Buzz.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Being chased out. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Colts pick it up.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting him out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Yeah, they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense. You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here we go. Watch the screen. Pass.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Fournette running right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Hey, Haywood!
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating, and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or two shy.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on third down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He's going to let it fly. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Watch the safety creep. Greystone travel.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And able to find Conley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
It leads to second and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Hey, Echo.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Here we go, G.
Let's go. Let's go.
Throwing again. Lawrence. Going to throw right side here, complete. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
55, Mike, guy, 55.
Come on, Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Smooth.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
Mike 55. Check.
Hey, orbit.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Caught here by Conley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Indianapolis, The win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back.
Time to bring the bass bird. Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over, he in diamonds. He the only reason why do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like me. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Hey, I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everybody know they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everybody know they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a boss is. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird. Up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, tried to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You could see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When I've been up, it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you
out of my face. People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Yeah, drown out my problems, let me When I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.